All right, so homework 14 is working with absolute value problems. So keeping in mind what absolute value means, if I have the absolute value of 3, it's saying how many places is 3 from 0 on the number line. It's a distance. So 3 is 3 places from 0. If I have what's the absolute value of negative 3, it's saying, well, how many places is a negative 3 from 0 on the number line? Again, it's a distance, so you say negative 3 is 3 places from 0 on the number line. So most people just kind of in their head think, oh, absolute values just make my numbers positive, which it does because it's a distance. So what's going to happen on these ones is you're going to end up with something like this. The absolute value of x equals 3. This is saying to you, what numbers are 3 places from 0 on the number line? Well, you actually have 2 values that work, right? Both 3 and negative 3 are 3 places from 0 on the number line. Right? Because the absolute value of 3 is 3 and the absolute value of negative 3 is 3. So when we solve absolute value problems, we want to get the absolute value all by itself, either by adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, whatever I need to do to solve it. So on this first one, if I have negative 4 times the absolute value of x equals negative 32, to solve this, I'm going to divide by negative 4. The absolute value of x equals negative 32 divided by negative 4, which is positive 8. However, my answer is not just 8, because what values have an absolute value that's equal to positive 8? Both 8 and negative 8 give me answers of positive 8, right? So on number 2, if I want to get the absolute value of x minus 20 equals negative 13, to get the absolute value by itself, what should we do with that 20?
You're going to divide it by...
Nope.
Nope.
Because that's not times, right? It's different than the previous one.
Oh.
How do I move the 20 to the other side?
You make it positive.
I make it plus 20, exactly. So the absolute value of x is going to equal 7, which means what numbers are 7 places from 0?
7 and minus 7.
7 and negative 7, exactly. I got 2 answers. Now on the third one, once I get my board moved up here, if I have this one, what should I do to get the absolute value of x by itself?
You're going to divide it by 5.
I'm going to divide it by negative 5, right?
Negative 5.
So I'm going to have the absolute value of x equals negative 6. Now, I got to think about absolute value. Absolute values always equal positive numbers, right? So if I get the absolute value equals negative 6, my answer is going to be no solution. I can't have an absolute value equal to a negative number, because when I do the absolute value, it always becomes positive, not negative. So if you have something like that, you're going to say, oh, I can't do that. Absolute values can't equal negative numbers.
X is going to be no solution.
It's going to be no solution, I can't do it. Because the absolute value of 6 would make it 6. Absolute value of negative 6 would still be positive 6. There's no way to get a negative 6 answer.
So your number always has to be positive to be positive, comma, negative, right?
Right. Yep, if it's positive, you get 2 answers. If it's negative, you get none.